Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie, and good morning or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. And I know I nearly wasn't here in time. I'm looking for my ibuprofen because I've got a headache. Today's been one of those funny old days. You know, it should have been just a sort of normal Sunday. And then this morning when I put the washing machine on, the whole world went crazy. Everything went wrong. So yeah, spent most of the day trying to fix a washing machine, which isn't fixed. And I think I'm going to just have to bite the bullet and maybe buy a new one. But, you know, not good thing, is it? Just for Christmas. So no wonder I've got a headache. Where's my ibuprofen? Oh, can't live without ibuprofen. Anyway. Yeah, put the washing machine on, did one wash, and then I looked at it and I thought that doesn't look like it's cleaned properly. So I put it through the wash again. Looked at it, still doesn't look like it's cleaned properly. And it was wet through, you know, the water wasn't draining. Anyway, it wasn't working properly. And then in my investigation, so I was trying to get the filter out, but I couldn't do it. And of course, my son, he was still in bed. So I'm trying to get the filter off. Couldn't do it. And then I thought, oh, I'll just check the tube and make sure, because sometimes, because it's the exit tube, isn't it? Anyway, I don't know. But I was checking, like, you know, the attachments. And one of them snapped off. And water started going everywhere. So I had to turn, luckily there's like a key thing to turn off the water, so I've turned off the water there, and the rest of the day has been trying to get it back on. And anyway, it's not back on. I think it's broken, but never mind. It's only a washing machine, but do you know what? Washing machines, it's hard to live without a washing machine. You can do without quite a lot of things, but it's hard to do without a washing machine. Anyway, it'll get sorted tomorrow. I'm not thinking about it now. So, hello, David. Hello, Daniel. Thank you, David, for your advice. That's I may try and buy one of those things that you were saying about, but I don't know yet. I can't think about it at the moment because my head's gone completely. And what I wanted to do was some research into some cases and things and videos and stuff like that. And of course, that all went by the wayside. But I thought, no, I'm going to come on and talk about this because this is something that we're going to talk about in this video that I sort of found out. And I thought, how strange. Because, you know, obviously Sebastian Rogers, the boy at the centre of all this drama that's going on with the PIs, the private intelligence people, the YouTubers, there's spats on Twitter, arguments between Seth Rogers, Sebastian's biological father. Well, I say arguments, they're not really arguments that he's having. He's the one slinging mud, and Katie and Chris, they're not really saying anything. Sebastian's biological mum and her partner. But his mum, Chris Proudfoot's mum, has been out there in the social media world slinging mud at Seth, saying he's a no-hoper, you know, no non-parent, etc. So it's all been going on, hasn't it? And then, of course, there was all this fuss about green hoodie person, green hoodie girl, green hoodie guy, Dog the Bounty Hunter, who's now taken on this case, hasn't he, with his private intelligence company, which is called ATNIGHT. And it's very intriguing about them because he's running that with Nick the Hat. I don't know if any of you know. They sound like characters in a film, don't they? But this is real life. And this is Sebastian Rogers, a missing 15-year-old autistic boy. Well, he's 16 now, isn't he? His birthday's just recently. He's just recently had a birthday. And then all this fuss around it. Anyway, so the police have come out, the law enforcement have come out and said that the recent speculation on social media, don't listen to everything you say on social media. Dog the bounty hunters sort of throwing shades at the law enforcement, and it's all a bit of a crazy situation, isn't it? And then the more you look into it, because of course Dog the bounty hunter, he's, a sort of a bounty hunter, or he was, and he was on the TV program, of course, in the 90s, but now he's doing this sort of detective agency. And the more you look into it, him and Nick the Hat, they're very sketchy characters. And that's what we're going to look at tonight. We're going to look at Nick the Hat, who you probably know a little bit about Dog the Bounty Hunter. You might not know so much about Nick the Hat. He's an interesting character. Of course, Seth has teamed up with them and Tony Mathis. So it's really, really strange. And the more you look into it, the stranger it gets. And anyway, so just say hello to Laurie and hello to Lorna as well, who've come in to chat. So where do I start with this? So this ATNIGHT Intelligence Agency that has been taken on to, let me just, if you're following this case, I don't know, well, you're probably following this case with me. I don't know if you're following it. Some of you are following it, on other YouTube channels as well. And you'll probably find that some YouTube channels are sympathetic towards Seth and others are more sympathetic towards Katie and Chris. So as I say, most of you probably know Dog the Bounty Hunter. Now, whether you know Nick the Hat, I don't know. Do you know about Nick the Hat? Do you know his history? I didn't know much about him. I knew a little bit about him because I'm trying to think where he first came to my attention. I think it was that missing guy, that guy that escaped prisoner, the one that they caught just recently. I can't remember his name, to be honest. And Nick was covering that case. And I was following him for that. That's the first time really I heard of Nick the Hat. So, of course, this is Seth, Sebastian's biological father, and this is Tony Mathis, who's his sort of PR guy, isn't he? Now, what you may remember is when I first started following this case, well, for a while there was no reward whatsoever for Sebastian. Now, then it became like a $3,500 reward. Now, the reward for Sebastian, for information leading to finding Sebastian, is $225,000. So that's what piqued my attention, really, because I was here, how does it go from being, well, nothing, really? And then suddenly Dog the Bounty Hunters got involved, and now suddenly this, I think the FBI, their part is $50,000. And then the rest of it is that Dog the Bounty Hunter that has put up the rest of the reward. Anyway, so if you go, so in the meantime, he and Nick the Hat have created this private investigators company or whatever. I don't know the ins and outs of it. This ATNIGHT, that's their logo. And all the videos that we've seen of the Texas Roundhouse or whatever it's Roadhouse, they've got that sort of moniker on it, you know, to show that they've obtained that footage that the police have had right from day one, don't forget, but they've obtained it and they've been putting it out there. And then there was the green hoodie thing. Now they're saying the green hoodie is nothing to do with anything. And I was thinking, what is this private detective agency? Anyway, that's, well, I'm going to show you their website. Honestly, I'm a little bit bamboozled with it all. What I'm going to show you first, let's see. Yeah, now, so on Twitter or X, there's all these sort of, like JLR is another YouTuber, isn't he? He used to be pro Seth. He was helping Seth a lot in the beginning. Then something happened along the line, and now he's very down on Seth. And look at this tweet that he put out on the yesterday. So he's definitely on the, I wouldn't say he's necessarily in the Chris and Katie camp, but he's in the anti-Seth camp, definitely. So this is what a post that he made yesterday. How embarrassing, a self-claimed Emmy-nominated journalist sharing out a $250,000 Sebastian Rogers reward flyer that was created by a guy on parole for spreading misinformation. Now, that's Nick the Hat he's talking about there, because Nick the Hat has been prosecuted before for spreading misinformation, and we're going to look at that. So, you know, now he's out there with this after dark private intelligence agency. Anyway, law enforcement has never acknowledged this $250,000 reward. Where has this $250,000 reward come from? Well, when we look in a minute on the website of ATNIGHT and you see how much they charge, maybe that's where it's coming from. So this is, I don't know this woman, but she's called Megan Fee. She's some journalist or another.
Well, new this morning, authorities are responding to what they're calling recent speculation surrounding the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, the Sumner County teen who's been missing for more than 9 months. Jaxie Pigeon joins us now in studio with an update from officials. Jaxie.
Well, Megan, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office is speaking out after recent surveillance video circulated on social media showing a person in a green hoodie. Officials say the individual is seen walking near Sebastian and his mother at Texas Roadhouse the night before he went missing, causing some to speculate the person could be involved in the teen's disappearance. Because of that, detectives addressed those rumors. The statement from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office says in part, quote, "We can confirm that after a thorough discussion with this individual, there is no evidence linking them to Sebastian's disappearance. We appreciate the vigilance and cooperation from the public and all those involved in the search for Sebastian. However, we also urge the community to approach social media rumors with caution, as misinformation can distract from the real efforts to find Sebastian." The reward for information on the teen's whereabouts increased to $200,000 last month. However, last week, Dwayne Chapman, better known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, announced on social media that the reward was up to more than $225,000. All tips can be reported to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. Megan.
So, right. So let's have a look now at Nick the Hat, who's the joint owner of this. Oh, what am I doing? I'm trying. Gosh, in my head, it's because I can't find my ibuprofen. I'm pressing the wrong button. Where am I? God, my head's completely gone. Yeah, let's have a look at Nick the Hat. So this is him. Now, he's quite young. He's younger than I thought he was. I think he's about 30. And he's like a bit of a Walter Mitty type person. Anyway, he's recently, this was in 2019. He was found guilty of this, by the way. This is going to explain what he did. And he was found guilty. He's on parole, I think, at the moment. The DA says a Delco man faked racist email and impersonated national journalists. The Delco DA's office says Nicholas Zima, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. No wonder he likes being known as Nick the Hat. So he was 25 at the time, and he faked the premises of articles. He doctored government documents, and he impersonated the press. So this is the guy that's teamed up with Dog the Bounty Hunter to create this private detective agency at night that's been ever since it started dabbling in Sebastian's case. Well, the only thing is, it is bringing attention to Sebastian's case. As I always say, that's good. That can only be good. But they're making quite a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Definitely. Online, Nicholas, sometimes known as Nick the Hat, appears to be a national political and tabloid reporter, as well as a media entrepreneur, the founder of YC News Original Media Group Corp. In reality, the 25-year-old from Broomall faked the premises of articles, doctored government documents, and impersonated members of the national press. According to a statement by Delaware County District Attorney Catiune Copeland, her office has filed more than 10 criminal charges against him, including tampering with public records, attempted theft, receiving stolen property, and making unsworn falsification to authorities. So this is the guy that's casting shade on Katie Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot. This is not exactly in a glass house, is he? Evidence shows that Nicholas Hat will use any means to create his false narrative, Copeland said. In at least one case, those narratives got traction. On May the 25th, YC News published a story with the headline, "Racist high-ranking official tells a friend he'll have an airtight job security as long as there's a NIGGER in town, claiming to show a pattern of racist emails sent among employees of the Delaware County Adult Probation and Parole Department. After the study was published, local lawmakers held a press conference to condemn the alleged comments and wrote a letter to Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro asking him to investigate. And the Delaware County Times covered the event. And Delaware County officials now say they can show just how that email was faked. He chose to falsely attribute horrific racial slurs to good, hard-working probation officers, exploiting the real pain that minorities face every day, all in an effort to create racial discord, said Copeland. Some elected officials and politicians jumped on his bandwagon, knowing these claims may be false, and were willing to believe the very worst about people without a shred of evidence. After the article posted, Delaware County Information Technology tried and failed to find the email described in it in the county's email system, said Copeland. A search warrant executed against his residence a month later turned up emails he himself had received from his probation officers, and evidence that he had doctored those communications. So he'd taken emails he'd had from his probation officers and faked them. redacting portions, adding racist language, according to the district attorney. He has previously been convicted of false reports to law enforcement and harassment and had served probation for those offences. So he's a real nice guy, isn't he? You know, he's well known for fraud and faking stuff, and he is the one behind the private detective agency that is now, you know, releasing all this information, like about the green hoodie and this, that, and the other, and stirring up, you know, speculation and spreading misinformation. He's done it. He's been doing it all his life. Anyway, this is talking about the case. He was found guilty. He was found guilty of that. Let's see. A Delaware county man was convicted of a racist email he claimed came from county officials. Nick the Hat created the email using a legitimate email he had received from his probation officer. So this is him in his suit, got his court suit. So he was convicted of forgery, identity theft, and related offences. So yeah, this is just, you know, it's just repeating the story, but that he was found guilty. And the deputy attorney said his actions were part of a pathetic effort to bolster his own profile. That's what he's doing now, isn't it? That's what he's doing now, trying to bolster his own profile. That's what's behind all this with Sebastian, for both him and Dog, I think. So he tried to drum up attention for himself by creating the false Stephanie Walsh and Liam Stack emails. And when that failed, he turned his attention to a story that would generate publicity, racism in high levels of county government. And it worked. So, what did they call him? America's most reliable fake news reporter. So, of course, they tried to say that everything he said was legitimate. But anyway, he was found guilty. He was found guilty. I wonder if it says what his sentence was. Oh, no, this is it. This is the verdict. This, I don't know what his sentencing was. Let's have a look if we can find his sentence. So, doesn't surprise me at all, because, you know, that's exactly what he's doing now, spreading misinformation. He got 2 to 4 years in jail. What? That's a weird sentence, isn't it? So he was sentenced to, Nick the Hat gets 2 to 4 years in jail. Okay, let's share that one instead. Yeah, he's got one of them smiles, hasn't he? But anyway, yeah, so he's out, of course, at the moment. He's on parole, I think. So when no, not today, please, no. So this was in this was November the right. Stop. This was on November the 25th, 2021, that he was sentenced for 2 to 4 years. So there you go. So I think we can, you know, he's not the most reliable person, is he? So now I'm just going to come back to chat a minute. Sorry, I haven't been looking to see what anyone's saying or not. Hi, Carl. Yeah, he has got dodgy eyes and a dodgy smile, David. Yep, definitely more clowns. Yeah, the green hoodie person. Hi, Scotty. Okay, so Let's have a look at the Twitter now for ATNIGHT Intelligence, what they say that they do. Sorry, ATNIGHT Private Intelligence. When the situation demands more than intelligence, when it demands action, ATNIGHT is there, unseen, unheard, but undeniably effective. Undus mundus. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, so this is the Twitter or the X account for ATNIGHT Private Intelligence. So this it's really hard to sort of understand. Well, it's maybe not so hard at the moment. Oh, they've played this video from Megan Fee as well. Yeah, $250,000 reward, according to Dwayne Dog Chapman. And look where it says, Dog Nation. My team was not the ones that installed the surveillance cameras that captured Green Hoodie. Well, of course it wasn't your team. Do you really think, are your people so stupid that they would think it would be you that installed the surveillance cameras 9 months after? But, you know, Sebastian, what, before Sebastian went missing, you installed it. Would anyone think that? Of course it was not you who installed the surveillance cameras that captured Green Hoodie. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's getting worse. We're just sharing what we got with the public. We're just sharing what we got with the public. After Sumner County, I thought it was Sumner County. Detective Carter said they also wanted to ID her and asked us to forward tips. We will bring Sebastian Rogers home. And then he's saying that this is a message that he got from the detective. If you all want to release the TRH photo to see if anyone can ID that person, we're good with it. Just add us on the tips or feel free to forward them as they come in. You know, so he's trying to make out that he's got some sort of special relationship with bloody the police. He hasn't. Oh, poor Sebastian. You know, and to me, just watching that, it is what it always looked like. Just somebody walking past. Somebody walking past, probably going in to use the loo, had a brief interaction with Katie, and the police will have known about that for months. Honestly, it's terrible. I think to try and make out that is anything more than it was. So then he's saying, yeah, call 833 tell doggy ha. Good God. Oh yeah, now, and he's really sort of this thing about, do you believe me or Sheriff Snuggle Struggle? That's another sort of thing he's got going on with one of the policemen there, who he says, I don't know the ins and outs of that, but doesn't he say that some police detectives said he didn't believe in something to do with described sex assault as a snuggle struggle? But I don't even know if that's true or not, so I'm not even going to talk about that. People still talking about the Green Hoodie people. Oh, yeah, you can see a white envelope. Oh, Katie was handing something to them. Anyway, God. Now that's right. They started it all again yesterday. He put this post out yesterday. To ensure maximum transparency, Dog the Bounty Hunter will release additional findings pertaining to Texas Roadhouse within the next 12 hours. So where's those additional findings? They've not come yet, so, you know, don't know what that's about. Anyway, so it calls itself a consulting agency. Well, I tell you what, you've got to have a lot of money if you want to consult with this agency. And this is why the thumbnail for this video is who is paying? Who is paying for them to take this case? Because I had a look on their website and you've got to put a retainer down, a massive retainer. Let's see where it says it. Yeah. Again, let me just come back, make sure we're all right. Look, see what you've got, the deposit you've got to put down. I mean, this, because I've been wondering why Dog really got involved and he's been doing all. So he's got to sort of make it look as if he's doing something because he's taken on this case. So they're going to come out with a right load of bullshit now. It's going to be bullshit after bullshit after bullshit because what they're trying to say is they are doing something. And the reason they're trying to show that they're doing something is because look what they said. We are only accepting clients with budgets in excess of $500,000. So don't be contacting this agency if you need help unless you've got $500,000. And that was from, I think it was from September. On another one, they said from September. So a retainer of $500,000 is required to initiate consultation or other services. So even before a consultation, you've got to pay up $500,000. So who is paid $500,000 for them to take on Sebastian's case? Or are they just doing this for the publicity? Maybe they're not charging anything because they're getting lots of publicity. You'd only have to get one client, wouldn't you? If one person signs up and pays $500,000, which they probably have, that's why he's offering all this massive reward, I think. Where else will he have got the money from to put up $100,000 or whatever? Oh my God, this is worse than I thought. And I thought there was some grifting going on here in this case from all these people that have got involved. And they're all so dodgy, aren't they? Tony Mathis, and sorry, I feel sorry for Seth that his son's missing, but he's a dodgy character too. So Tony Mathis and Seth, and then now Dog the Bounty Hunter and Nick the Hat. Oh my God, it's like a match made in hell, isn't it? They're all dodgy. So yeah, contract the ATNIGHT agency as long as you've got $500,000. How many clients would you need? You only need one. So, and this is required before you even get consultation. I mean, it's like, is it a joke? It can't be true, can it? Email HX, that'll be Nick the Hat probably, at ATNIGHT agency to schedule a discussion. Honest to God, it's like some comedy program. I've been, one for the fact it's about a 15-year-old boy who went missing, or now 16-year-old boy. It's laughable, isn't it? I've been watching quite a lot or listening to quite a lot of podcasts over the last couple of days about different, scammers and Walter Mitty type characters. And I think they're all working for ATNIGHT Intelligence. Yeah, here it says from September. So to take control of your situation with the precision and power of ATNIGHT, contact us via email at clients@atnight.agency and the other one to schedule a call. But please note, as of September 2024, what happened in September 2024? Was that when they took on Sebastian's case? Anyway, please, I don't know what the minimum retainer was before September 2024, but from September 2024, the minimum retainer to provide services is $500,000. Oh my God. Hi, Donna. Yeah, it is like Remington Steele on Moonlighting. Yeah, hi, Wesley. My God. Well, do you know what? You wonder, has somebody paid them? So, there will be someone out there. One case that I've been looking at, Neil Entwistle, he was a British guy who married an American woman and murdered her and his child. But anyway, he had loads of these fake. He was selling everything on the internet. He was, loads of scams, and people were. You only need one. That's why these Nigerian, email scams, where they email you and say, "Oh, I've got all this money, but I need a bank account to put it through, and I'd like to go into business with you," and blah, blah, de, blah, de, blah. And, you get these emails and you think, God, how could they think anyone would ever fall for this? But people do fall for it. People do pay over money. It's scary, actually. People who are trustworthy sometimes don't see, and they capitalize on people's greed as well, because a lot of those kind of things, a lot of things that offer you, it's like cryptocurrency and stuff like that, they feed off greed, really, because they sort of offer people easy money. Well, there is no, easy money. It doesn't really exist, does it? And that straight away you should take as a red flag when someone say, no, you don't hardly have to do anything and you're going to get all this money. Then these romance scams, people get scammed into sending money to people they've not even met, who aren't even real people, probably. There's these group gangs, aren't there, in Nigeria that do these things. So they only need one. Like this, you'd only need one. $500,000. That'd last you a little while, wouldn't it? Terrible. How do they get away with it, though? Because for me, it's like, how do they get away with it? Why are these things not closed down? How is that allowed? How is that allowed? Anyway, let's. And the other thing, well, I'll read out what they say they do, but you don't know where to start. Look, it's not even so they're saying that they need $500,000 before they'll even do a consultation. They haven't even got a proper website. All the websites all over the place. But they can deal with. Look, their clientele are the entertainment elite. Maybe PJ Diddy has put that's probably where they've got the 500,000 from. They're probably PJ Diddy there. He's their first client, and Jay-Z. Oh God. So yeah, entertainment elite, from the glitz of Hollywood to the rhythm of record labels. At Night is the silent force behind celebrated actors. Yeah, very silent. Celebrated actors, producers, directors, and recording artists. We're not just in the background, we're the architects. Managing PR crises. Well, good luck with PJ Diddy. Securing legal victories and mastering complex negotiations. Oh my God. Oh my God. So people are falling for this. It's quite scary that people are falling for this. When the night falls and stakes couldn't be higher, ATNIGHT Private Intelligence Agency emerges as your ultimate ally, as long as you've got $500,000. We are the gold standard in navigating the shadowy realms of high-stakes intelligence. It's the biggest load of BS that I've ever heard, honestly. Just when you think you've heard it all, you get something else. So they're the government's trusted ally. Our relationships with the highest echelons of government agencies like the FBI, DEA, Secret Service, and more are built on trust and proven results. This is Nick the Hat, who's on parole for spreading misinformation. We're the shadow players ensuring public safety. Legal luminaries, our private clientele, reads like a who's who of legal prowess. Of course it does. Oh my God. We're not just about serving the elite. We're about being the elite. Oh my God. When you're at the top, you don't just need solutions. You need ATNIGHT. Your shield in crisis. Oh, dear me. So they do criminal investigations. I can't read it properly because the website's a load of crap. So, you know, next time they get a $500,000 dollar client, they need to sort the website out because it's all crossed over on itself. What does that say? Our approach to civilian safety is proactive. We do high risk, high stake situations where civilians are in grave danger from kidnappings or violent crime or terrorist threats. Now, you know, when I'm reading that, I'm thinking they're using to be using Sebastian's disappearance, because we don't know what happens to Sebastian, do we? Maybe he was kidnapped, or maybe he is being hidden somewhere, or maybe some foul play befell him. We don't know. But these people, they're the foulest people ever, because they're using it to, you know, improve to boost their, you know, to boost their profile. You know, nobody will have ever heard of him before. You know, they probably never existed before. Haven't they been put together just to deal with Sebastian's case? I mean, when was this company set up? Field operations where precision meets action. Elite operatives. Oh, God, yeah, because really undercover, aren't they? You know, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Nobody would notice him walking into a room, would they? Covert infiltrations, strategic disruptions. Oh, my God. Crisis management and response, operational planning and support, tailored strategies. I mean, this BS goes on and on and on. Where our methodology and approach where tradition meets the future. Cutting edge technology at the forefront of innovation. Well, I tell you what, if they ever need a diver, I know they need to bring in somebody else who can talk a load of this sort of bigging up talk. Advanced analytics and AI, human-centric intelligence. We never forget the human element. Our operatives, how many people work at this company, do you think? Our operatives are not just data analysis, they're thinkers, strategists, and problem solvers. They can't even sort your website out. This human touch ensures that our intelligence isn't just data-driven, but infused with the nuance and intuition that only human experience can provide. Oh my God, we operate as a global brain trust. We pool expertise from all around the world. We create a synergy where diverse insights converge. Now, you just know from reading that, just the way it's written, you know it's been written by someone who's good at BS, don't you? It was One World Media. Oh, it's still got One World Media on the website. It's still got that name. Hi, Hannah. Oh, do you know when it was, how long it's been going, Scotty? Do you know how long it's, I don't know how long it's, but it's, yeah. So their website is rubbish. You know, it just having a little look up the thing. Hi, Wesley. I might have said hello to you. I'm not sure. But yeah, honestly, when I found it. I mean, it's not as if it's not there, but I'd not looked at it before. It's yeah, look at the state of the website. You can't even read it properly because it's over it. It's probably Nick's done that himself. So this is, yeah, One World. It says there, Scotty. We obtain the unobtainable. Let's see what it says about that. So this, look, this causes. So when they say One World, what have they even got? Extraterrestrial operatives. Oh God, it's moving as well. Or is that Elon Musk? Maybe Elon Musk is behind it all. Oh dear me, dear me. Oh my God, look at this. Notice, private intelligence retainers range between 25,000. Oh no, but don't forget now, they haven't even changed it on the website because now it's 500,000. What's that? No, sorry. So I can't do numbers. Is that 25? No, that's 25,000. So that would have been what it was before. So they range between 25,000 and $1 million. Gosh, that's a big difference, isn't it? Or that $25,000. It is $25,000, isn't it? 25,000.0000.00. It's 25,000 there. But then when we go into the website, it's actually 500,000. But here they range between that and 1 million. Who's going to pay these people $1 million? You know, even if you add it, you're going to go on this website and you're going to think, I'm not giving them anything. God. So they've got all these different contact, like news desk at Night Media, wanted manhunts.1. If you want a license for network television, licensing at Night Media, license for news purposes only, clearance, and oh God, it's the biggest load of BS that I've ever seen. And I have no idea what this spaceman's supposed to be doing. How is that even relevant? How is that even relevant? Just crackers, isn't it? It's not just me, is it? I mean, it is crackers, isn't it? It's like when I sort of looked at it, I thought, what? Honestly, I thought it was on the wrong one. I thought, no, this can't be their website. This has got that bloody... this poor guy's floating around in space forever. When I found the website and I first looked at it, I thought that can't be right. This must be the wrong website that I'm on, because of course it starts off with the One World thing. And then I saw when I went into the news, of course they're talking about Sebastian Rogers. Now, honestly, poor Sebastian. In fact, let me light a candle now, because I'll tell you what, this poor boy, he needs a candle, because if these are the people, he needs all your thoughts, all your prayers, even if he's found safely, because this is the circus that he'll be coming back to. It's disgusting, actually. It is, that he's got to, that this has been, oh God, I can't light it because I've hurt my thumb because of trying to fix the washing machine, trying to unscrew the thing. My thumb's really sore. So, I don't know if I can get there. Oh, I have lit it. Ow. I burnt my thumb now as well. But anyway, yeah, we'll light the candle for Sebastian, because Sebastian is definitely going to need this. Candle is needed. All your prayers, all your thoughts. In the meantime, Steve Fisher, the other private investigator, who's in this war with Dog the Bounty Hunter, he is out and about looking for Sebastian with, their followers sort of thing. So let's hope, they actually do find something. I don't think Dog the Bounty Hunter's doing any searching for Sebastian. He's just trying to grab the limelight. But anyway, if he manages, I suppose, to to bring attention to Sebastian's case, that's good. But as long as it's not spreading information. So, Nick the Hat, he's been found guilty of spreading misinformation. So why are people believing what he says? He's got a record in it. It's like, if the Peter Sutcliffe, the Yorkshire Ripper, had come out of prison and there was a prostitute murdered and his DNA was on the thing, you're going to look at him because he'd be the obvious suspect because he's done it before. Nick the Hat has done this before. So why are people believing him? I don't understand it. Honestly, I really do not understand it. So this is their corporate news. So this was on November the 22nd, 3-minute read. Reward for missing teen Sebastian Wainwright Rogers increased to $200,000. At night, private intelligence agency and Dog the Bounty Hunter amplify the reward to $200,000 for the Sebastian Wainwright Rogers case. And you know what? I'm sorry to say it, and I feel, it's very sad to say it, but I think they'll keep increasing this because they know no one's ever going to claim it. You can offer a reward for something that you think is never going to be claimed. And that's unfortunately my thinking on this, is they'll keep increasing it because they don't think anyone will ever no one will ever claim it. I say I'll put up €50,000 as well, because I don't think anyone's ever going to claim it. So it's easy to do, isn't it? It's all what's the word? It's all just propaganda, isn't it? So it's horrible though, isn't it? Because, this is sanctioned by Sebastian's dad as well. Don't forget all this BS, and Tony Mathis. So you've got to remember that as well. And after the telethon that Seth did, as I said then, if Chris and Katie did a telethon to raise money or set up a GoFundMe that Seth has set up, there'd be an absolute outcry. Whatever you think, I don't know what happened to Sebastian. It could be that Chris did something, or Katie did something, or both of them did something. Oh, now another bit of information that came out on Twitter was that there was a car turned up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Steve Fisher confirmed that. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Did someone come and pick Sebastian up? I hope so. I hope someone did come and pick Sebastian up, not for a nefarious reason, but for maybe to hide him away or whatever. I hope he is hidden away. Honestly, I actually pray that every day, that he's hidden away somewhere safe, because it's better than what the alternative might be. So here's the news for immediate release on November the 22nd. In an expanded effort to locate 15-year-old Sebastian, of course now 16, missing since February the 26th, 2024 from Sumner County, Tennessee, ATNIGHT Private Intelligence Agency has significantly increased its reward contribution. They are now offering an additional $150,000. Well, you don't, if you increase, rewards normally go up, by stages, don't they? There might be a reward for 20,000 that goes up to 30, that goes up to 40, 50. They don't normally just say, oh, here's another $150,000. Anyway, this increase follows emerging credible leads. What? Including potential sightings in Oregon and New York, near Canadian border entry points. So he's in Canada now, is he? Reports from law enforcement indicate the presence of organized criminal activity in these areas, including the Tren de Aragua, a notorious transnational gang known for human trafficking, extortion, and other illicit activities. Now, I know that there is human trafficking. I know that exists. But, how would they have come to Sebastian's house to traffic him? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know enough about human trafficking maybe to understand how it works. But I just can't imagine them going to local neighborhoods, like Sebastian's neighborhood, and taking that chance to go. And how would they even know Sebastian was there? If it was the Tren de Aragua or whatever. I think they're there, to be honest. I think they're capitalizing on the fact that, immigrants are, bit persona non grata in America at the moment, isn't there? There's a lot of sort of bad publicity about immigrants, and that I think they're capitalizing on that, to be honest. So about the case, Sebastian was last seen at his home in Sumner County, Tennessee, and reported missing when his mother went to wake him for school. Since his disappearance, extensive efforts have been made by local, state and federal agencies, including ground, aerial and water searches, analysis of surveillance footage and digital forensics, comprehensive review of cell phone data. I feel like they're saying that as if they've done that. They haven't done that. Despite these efforts, no early significant leads materialised. So there have been no leads. However, recent reports suggest a potential connection to trafficking networks. Sorry, I'm almost laughing because and cartel-related activity. Recent reports. What recent reports suggest this? There's been no recent reports to suggest this. This is so horrible, actually, what they're saying. Prompting intensified efforts and additional resources. They're just literally making it up. ATNIGHT's role. ATNIGHT Private Intelligence Agency, retained by a private individual or entity on behalf of Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers. So where has the $500,000 come from? If who's paid $500,000, that their retainer fee? Who's paid it? Anyway, they've committed to applying its full spectrum of strategic and operational capabilities, acting independently of law enforcement. Yeah, of course, because law enforcement wouldn't touch you with a barge pole. Of course, the law enforcement are telling you off. law enforcement are telling you off for being for interfering in this case and wasting their time, like you did with the green hoodie rubbish. Just crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Anyway, this is what they're saying. So, so who's paid? I'd like to know then who's paid the $500,000 that they want for a retainer. So they're committed to, acting independently of law enforcement, because law enforcement don't want to know about them. ATNIGHT is leveraging advanced techniques, rigorous protocols, and international contacts to support the case. ATNIGHT is dedicated to finding Sebastian and ensuring justice for his family. Yeah, for his family. They've been so horrible to Chris and Katie, and whatever anyone thinks of Chris or thinks of Katie, they have not been charged with anything. They passed lie detector tests. Katie is a mother who's coming up to Christmas and she doesn't know where her son is. And from what we know, she's probably in bits. So they're not trying to ensure justice for his family, because that is his family as well. Seth's not his only family. And, you know, according to some people, he's a deadbeat dad anyway. So who said this? Joseph P. Lesniak, who's the counsel for ATNIGHT Intelligence Agency, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and Nick the Hat. Do they, they probably would have been better not to mention Nick the Hat, because Nick the Hat, if you were reading, like, let's just take for, the sake of argument, that you did have a spare $500,000 hanging around and you needed somebody finding, or you wanted to know something, all those things that they said they do. So you'd have a look at this, you'd research into it a lot, wouldn't you, before you decided if you were going to pay over that amount of money. And you've only got to research, you've probably heard already of Dog the Bounty Hunter. And then you start to research Nick the Hat, and it turns out he's been in prison for spreading misinformation. Well, you're not going to contract them then, are you? Well, probably some people would. Oh, do you know what? The more, sometimes I think the longer I live, the more I realise that people can be just stupid, can't they? We are sparing no effort or resource, and this increased reward reflects our commitment to uncovering the truth and bringing Sebastian home. Well, that's what we all want. That's what we all want, isn't it? That Sebastian is brought home. Everybody wants that. I think we can all agree on that. Collaboration with Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team are actively involved in the search, working with confidential sources to pursue leads. Their extensive experience and network have proven invaluable in advancing the investigation. Sebastian's case is deeply concerning, and we're doing everything possible to follow every lead. Yeah. So here's all that now. See, this is wrong as well. How to report information. The first one is Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter is not who you should report information to. First person you should give information to is either the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI. Now, if you don't get anywhere with them, or you don't feel that they're listening to you or whatever, then fair enough, go to Dog the Bounty Hunter. But he's really the last person to contact, and isn't it? Both of those two that they've put at the top, they're the last. Contact the official people first, and then if you feel like you haven't got the proper response, then fair enough, contact Dog the Bounty Hunter. But and also only contact them if you've got proper tips. Not like, oh well, I think well, what was it somebody said the other day on Twitter? When it was released that this green hoodie person had nothing to do with it. And then, that you read the comments and they're all, it was on Facebook, yeah, all saying, oh, we think the green hoodie's in cahoots with the police and Steve Fisher. Just crazy what people say. Okay, so media and legal inquiries. Yeah. Maybe I can get them on a podcast day. Maybe they'll come and talk, but I don't think they will, because if they've seen this, they'll know that I'm not keen on them, so they won't want to come on. So, date of birth, then it talks about Sebastian, born December the 7th, 5'5", 120 pounds. Hair, blonde or brown, eyes brown or hazel. Another detail, Sebastian is autistic and has a strong fascination with water. But they've searched all the water. They searched that pond, didn't they? I think that's why they searched that pond. Quite often autistic, missing children, they do end up being found in water, don't they? But they have searched all the water around there. Oh, look at his little face. He's always got that lovely little smile, hasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, and it's them on their poster. They changed this poster. This is the At Night Missing poster. It's them that put the allegedly in here. His mother allegedly discovered him missing when she went to wake him for school. They're trying to cast shade on Katie, and they've got there's no evidence, and you can only go by evidence. Bless him. Okay, let's have a look. It's got a disclaimer about the reward. So, about At Night Private Intelligence Agency, they're part of One World Conglomerate, a premier provider of elite strategic and intelligence services, specializing in high risk and sensitive matters. At Night employs state-of-the-art technology, but they can't even get their own website right, and a global network of expert operatives to deliver precise, actionable results. Known for its discretion and commitment to integrity. Oh my God. Oh yeah. At Night offers unparalleled support to law enforcement and private clients alike, ensuring all findings are seamlessly integrated with official investigations while maintaining the utmost confidentiality. Disclaimer, the reward offered by At Night Private Intelligence Agency through its parent company, At Night Media LLC, a subsidiary of One World Corporation, will be paid only if the information provided directly leads to the location of the missing teenage boy, resulting in an arrest and successful prosecution. Oh, so yeah, you won't get paid until presuming there is a prosecution. If when Sebastian is found, it's they sound like they're sort of saying there that do they think he's deceased then? Because anyway, so you won't get your money straight away. You'll only get your money when it comes to a successful prosecution. So that could be. Well, it could be years, couldn't it? Should the FBI also offer a reward? They have offered a reward, haven't they? 50,000. At Night will coordinate with federal officials to ensure that its 50,000 reward is directed to the same recipient. However, At Night reserves the right to issue its reward independently if the qualifying information is provided directly to us, irrespective of any actions taken by the FBI. This reward is exclusively offered by At Night Private Intelligence Agency, a private entity completely unaffiliated with the FBI or any other law enforcement agency. This offer is legally enforceable across all 50 states and is managed through our corporate counsel. Ah, bless Sebastian, bless, 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 bless. Ah, as I say, I actually sort of hope that he has been being hidden by someone, because at least then he'd be okay, bless him. Every time I see his little face. Oh, sorry, I've just got a little bit so the Southport trial, the trial for the sorry, this is completely changing the subject, but for this was that thing that, you know, a horrible event that happened in Britain, the Southport stabbings. It starts on the 20th of January, the trial. It won't be televised, but yeah, we'll be following that definitely in January. Oh, anyway, so that's really what I wanted to tell you about. Hang on, I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. So I know what I'm sorry, you know, at the end of the day, this at night detective agency, private, they are spreading misinformation, and we can't be surprised that they're spreading misinformation, because it's, you know, part of the people who run it are people that have been prosecuted for spreading misinformation. They could do with just butting out, really. You know, let the police do their job, or try and do their job. It is a big mystery, this, about Sebastian, but remember that Sheriff Craddock, he did say that they had more information that they can't release because it could be prejudicial if it ever comes, you know, it's part of the investigation. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm reading the I'm reading the comments now. You always know when I'm coming to the end of a stream, I start sort of reading the comments, which is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it means I get sort of sidetracked. Okay. Oh, thank you, Toe Beans. That's nice. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat I can see that either think or hope that, well, I think we all hope that he'll be found alive and well, but there's a lot of people that think he might be being hidden somewhere. So what is this car? What is this car that was around? You know, did Chris Proudfoot's parents take him off somewhere? I mean, Chris Proudfoot insists no, they didn't. You know, but we don't know, do we? We don't know. So I am totally speculating there. I hope so. I hope he has been taken off somewhere safe, whether it's by Seth or whether it's by the Proudfoots. I don't care. I just hope he's okay. Hope that, you know, he's being looked after. You know, you sort of, that's all you can hope for, really, because there's no other reason that a then 15-year-old boy, he couldn't look after himself for all this time. Where he didn't take a phone with him, he didn't even have shoes on, or he may have had slippers on, apparently. You know, he didn't have any money, so he can't have gone off and, you know, off his own volition and looked after himself. I don't think that could have happened. I mean, 15-year-old boys do leave home. And, you know, quite often they do leave home and go off and, you know, do whatever. But I don't think that's happened in Sebastian's case. If he's run off or gone off, he's gone off with someone. Someone has been feeding him, you know, giving him a bed to sleep on. Let's hope that that is what's happened, and not that he did come to, you know, foul play, or he had an accident or whatever. We can only hope, can't we? Was it an Uber driver, Scotty? Yeah. Fanny Craddock. Who's talking about Fanny Craddock? Oh, dearie. I don't know where the Fanny Craddock comment came from, but okay, I'm going. I'm going to try. I'm going to take an ibuprofen and try and get over it. But you know what? That's what I was thinking today. I thought, this bloody washing machine breaking down just before Christmas. But you know what? There's a lot worse things that can happen, isn't there? You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, I've got quite a lot of clothes, to be honest. I could probably do without the washing machine for ages if it weren't for the dog. But number one son, of course, he's working and he has to have his clothes clean and everything first. So God knows what we're going to do tomorrow. Unless I can, not tomorrow, he's not working tomorrow. So he's probably okay with clothes that he's got for tomorrow. But Tuesday, definitely, we're going to need to use a washing machine. But there is a laundromat up the road. So if the worst comes to the worst, and I can't get the washing machine working and I can't get one before Christmas because of either finances or just the you know, the nuts and bolts of actually getting one delivered before Christmas, then we'll go to the laundromat up the road. So there you go. I've made myself feel a bit better there. I'll just take I've done it before with not with clothes in general, but like, because this washing machine that I've got at the moment, or had, it's quite a big one. I bought a bigger one so that I could fit duvets in it and that. But before this, I only had a small one. So I used to take my duvets to the laundromat anyway, because they won't fit in the washing machine. So it's not a big thing, is it? Okay, so I'll see you really soon in the next video. Maybe we'll have some news about Sebastian. I hope it's not from Dog the Bounty Hunter. You know, it's a shame, like, because when the police are quiet, like they have been very quiet, but they've had nothing to say really, have they? Or nothing that they can say. Then, you know, speculation does abound then, don't they? So let me actually, sorry, just before I finish, I'm just going to have a look on the Facebook, because sometimes things come up on Facebook that I didn't know about. Oh, they're talking about Nick the Hat. He's got merch now, Nick the Hat. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading down the comments. Nothing in particular. So there's a lot of talk. This is the Facebook groups that I'm looking at. Can you imagine? There's a lot of talk about Nick the Hat, a lot of talk about Dog the Bounty Hunter, Steve Fisher, you know, all those things. So, oh, bullshit Betty, of course, I never watch her. I can't be bothered watching her, I'm afraid. Anyway, okay. So I am definitely going now. Sorry, I'll get sidetracked. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Prayers for Sebastian. I hope he's found soon. Okay, bye.